All right, we call it the three-word game. We can succinctly describe every NFL game in just 3 words. On a Monday, here we go. Green Bay, Arizona, Thursday. Rodgers rate guarantee. They were missing 11 starters, their top 3 wide receivers, an all-pro left tackle, a starting center, and yet they're now 7-0 without Devontae Adams. And Aaron, in this 7-game winning streak, look at that throw. 19 total touchdowns and 1 pick. I said at the time, I'm not sure I've been more impressed with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay ever. Outside of maybe the Super Bowl season, I thought the idea to go on the road, missing 11 starters, and give that performance was one for the ages for John Wick. Cincinnati, New York Jets, the celebration continues. Robert Saleh got a W. How about this? The Jets scored on their final 5 drives with backup Mike White. Remember, they were coming off that humiliating loss, 54-13 to the Patriots. And as we often say, when you embarrass professionals, they have a tendency to bounce back the following week. Great win for the Jets. Tennessee, Indiana, wild WENTZ. Oh, good God, that left-handed pick 6 from his end zone put the Titans up 31-24. I can like Carson Wentz a lot, and I do. He is beyond reckless. 2 picks in the final 8 minutes did in the Indianapolis Colts. Rams, Houston, Watts on the clock, as in Deshaun Watson. The Texans now have a 7-game losing streak. The worst point differential in the league. The worst yardage differential in the league. And quarterback Davis Mills is 0-6. So they are clearly moving off Deshaun Watson. They do not have any takers as of yet, but they're in total rebuild mode. And if they can get a first and a couple of seconds and 2/3, and we'll keep our eyes peeled. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, still in it. I don't know how. Steelers are the only team in the NFL with a winning record, averaging under 20 points a game. Najee Harris, 3rd straight 100-plus scrimmage yard game, so they're starting to run the football better. I thought the O-line was good, but once again, it's that T.J. Watt, it's that relentless defensive front. They are now, Pittsburgh, on a 3-game winning streak, playing their best football as we head into chilly November, where historically the offenses come down a little bit and the defenses start being more important. And here's Pittsburgh, where their offense is getting better and their defense is taking over games. Philadelphia, Detroit. Oh, dear Goff. 1 touchdown, 4 picks, last 4 games. Goff was sacked the season high 5 times. In fact, he was pressured 46% of his dropbacks. The Lions are averaging 3.9 yards per play. That is the fewest of any NFL team. San Francisco, Chicago found his bearings. Niners scored on 7 straight possessions. Jimmy Garoppolo, 322 yards passing, rushed for 2 touchdowns. Now, Deebo Samuel took a little pass out in the flat and ran it 80 yards. Deebo Samuel, by the way, an insane talent. Jimmy G led 3 touchdown drives in the second half. Carolina, Atlanta, Sam stopped skid. First win since week 3. Sam Darnold, no turnovers. Stephon Gilmore had a big interception against Matt Ryan. Carolina, as of this morning, I know it sounds crazy, but without Christian McCaffrey, they are still, would be the 7th playoff team in the NFC, and McCaffrey is going to eventually come back. Miami, Buffalo. Buffalo found wings. 4 straight scoring drives against Miami in the second half. As Joy said, this was ugly for 3 quarters. They have now won 8 straight games against the AFC East. And this is why I think Miami, to a large degree, is bailing on Tua. Josh Allen, once again, beats Miami by 2 touchdowns. I think Buffalo, in my opinion, is the best team in the AFC, and I think one of the reasons is Josh Allen. Bills defense, only team allowing less than 5 yards per play this season. So put that down as well. They're playing real defense. New England Chargers, Herbert got Belichicked. Well, Justin's now 0-2 in his career against Bill. He had his second worst passer rating game. The first was against Bill Belichick. Back-to-back losses. Listen, they're in these games, but you got to remember, Herbert has started basically about a season and a half, and Bill Belichick owns quarterbacks their first 3 years in the AFC. So these are treacherous times for a young quarterback against a Patriot defense that once again is really good. Jacksonville, Seattle, Hawks hack Jags. Seahawks snapped a 4-game losing streak. They now get Russell Wilson. There's a bye. They'll get Russell Wilson back. By the way, I thought this was interesting. Geno Smith completed 14 straight passes to start the game. Longest streak to start a game in the NFL this year. Geno Smith. That's how crazy a Sunday it was. Washington and Denver. Washington blew it again, as in newly signed kicker Chris Blewett. 2 field goals blocked. 3rd blocked field goal in the last 2 weeks. Washington now has a 4-game losing streak, and we talked about this during the offseason. They got good players here. They are suboptimal at quarterback, so these special teams miscues become paramount now. That's the difference between winning a game and losing it. Tampa and New Orleans, Brady's Achilles heel. Well, he's 0-3 against the Saints since he joined the NFC South. Here's an interesting one. First time Brady has thrown a pick in the last 2 minutes of a 1-score game in his career. So this is the team that has figured out Tom. And again, I've said this before, I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints weren't trying to do something. Michael Thomas is coming back. They just got Mark Ingram. I wouldn't be shocked if they made another move offensively, because I think they feel like a playoff team to me. Dallas, Minnesota, what a rush. Cooper Rush, first career start. He led them on an 8-play, 75-yard game-winning drive. It's a beautiful throw to Amari Cooper in the corner of the end zone. I thought he had the throw of the game to Cedric Wilson there. And you know what? It's like Mike McCarthy said. He was poised. Now, I will say this. He got better protection than Kirk Cousins did. I would not deny that. But I thought it was a really steady performance. And classic NFL Sunday, 4 backups beat 4 more talented, probably talented starting quarterbacks. Welcome to the National Football League. Giants, Chiefs, tonight, Mahomes, sweet Mahomes. Chiefs haven't won a home game, believe it or not, since week 1 against the Cleveland Browns. Now, Patrick's got 9 picks this season. That is tied for the most in the NFL. They're looking to win back-to-back games this year for the first time this season. So they're banged up defensively up front. It's not a great defense to begin with, but they generally are good situationally. This is big tonight. Mahomes is 1-2 at home this year. So they are now 10.5-point favorites against the New York Giants. I would not bet this game. I'd probably 10.5 points is up. Giants are weird. They generally play better on the road than at home. That's too many points to me. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.